So after reading these questions, which are very insightful, it really just like got me thinking. So one of the first questions was, what is my understanding of the planetary emergency? So I don't know much about it, but what I do know has really been like I've gained it from your class and I've gained it from other environmental classes. We don't really talk about it much in like exercise science or in my bio classes or anything of the prereqs that I need for PA school. So, which is kind of sad because it is a thing and we should be talking about it, especially in bio classes and, it's like science classes. I feel like we should be talking about it more, but we aren't. So, anyway, some of my understandings of the planetary emergency is that we, in fact, are in danger now more than ever. And I had never seen the video that you showed in class. I've never seen it before, so it was very insightful for me to see it based in a number setting, which is what I'm used to because I am a bachelor's of science, and that's how most of my classes are set, like set, and like more of a data type class. So it was just very insightful to see the correlation between like carbon emission and destruction of the planet. That was just very interesting. And one of the things that I talk a lot about in my paper and in my reflections is a situation that happened to me almost about a couple days ago. So I was walking to Exarban, and I was stopped by the KETV news reporters, and they wanted to talk about the possibility of bringing the electric scooters, which are found in most cities, like bigger cities, to Omaha. And they wanted to just ask me just to talk about it, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to talk about how riding these electric scooters can stop like carbon emission because you're reducing the amount of fossil fuels in the air. And I went on a whole spiel about it. I talked it for roughly about 5 minutes about how it would be beneficial for like the student, like money wise, and it'd be beneficial for the planet. But when I got a link of the video, the only thing they mentioned that I said was the fact that I would use it. And it was just kind of sad to see, not sad, but more disappointing to see that they aren't taking the steps to put like information out there that we are destroying our own planet and that we can make an impact on this, like make an impact on helping this planet, but they aren't letting us have a voice. And then when they are, it's just censored and it's just for their benefit. One of the other questions that really intrigued me on this was how I feel about the situation I find myself in as a person on this planet. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Before coming into this course, I really didn't care about what I did that would impact the planet because I just thought I'm just one person. I'm not gonna like make that big of an impact. I'm just one person. Me driving over here is not gonna make an impact on the world. I'm just one person. Me not recycling this is not gonna make a difference. But it's that mindset of me being that one person that is destroying the earth. Because if I have this mindset, I'm sure thousands of people have the same mindset. So it's just up to us to change that mindset, and then we can see the impact. So, and I saw that when I did my ascetical practices, that when I changed that mindset, I saw how much of an impact I did have on earth. I saw how much of an impact I could have on just helping the environment. And right now, when I say I'm scared, I am scared because I am scared. Yeah, okay, so yes, I am scared. I did see recently in the past year how this winter was rough, and that I could just say was due to obviously environmental changes. And this summer, it's if I know it, it will be rough too. So just like these extreme weather changes are just gonna be kicking my butt, and I feel like it's gonna be too late before when we realize that we need to do something. And I just feel like it's gonna be too late for us to do what we could have done before. So it's like we have to act now. But I'm more scared about future generations. So my children, my grandchildren, I like wonder what's gonna be left for them. And it's gonna come to that point where sooner or later, this if we go the way we're going, this like constant like slope, positive slope, we won't have a place to live anymore, and we're gonna have to. It'll just be. I feel like it'll be like Armageddon or something. I hope not, but should another question that was very intriguing was how can I live more sustainably? So after going to this class and after hearing your plans about building your house, it really just got me thinking about how I would like to live when I start my family. And I've been looking at electric cars, Teslas, and I'm a big car guy. So I used to like I love muscle cars and I love classic American cars that get like 3 miles to the gallon. But as much as I do, I realize that that might not be the best choice as a daily driver or anything like that. So I was thinking about maybe getting a Tesla in the near future, and also when I have a house, maybe making it as as sustainable as I can, just like yours, because I would love to live in a 100% sustainable house. That would be very very cool. Um, Another question that really just like made me think was how do you now understand the relationship between natural and social systems, so nature and people? So in my microbiome course, we talked a lot about symbionts. So that's living with nature and living, so like two organisms that co reside together that feed off each other. So it can either be one person takes all of the benefit, or they both share the same benefit, or one person does damage to the other person. So, but it is there that we are living together in another way, in many ways. So we have symbionts with microbes in our gut. We have symbionts with plants, have symbionts with microbes in their roots in the dirt. So we as humans do have a symbiote relationship with nature, but we have this mindset where we're above nature and that nature needs us to survive. But when we forget that we also need nature to survive, we need these plants um, that produce oxygen. We need microbes that help us digest things. We need all of these different organisms, all of these different plants, that just like in the earth. We just need all of these things that the earth provides us in order for us to live. But we're killing these things. We are destroying trees, forests. We're destroying everything. No one's getting water. So the microbes that we ingest with people who don't receive water, they aren't good microbes. So the symbionts won't be good. So, but we do have a relationship between nature and ourselves. And this is something that like before taking this course and before taking microbiome, I didn't know. But as soon as I took microbiome and as soon as I realized that we do have a relationship with these, with nature, and that we are destroying nature, it's more like we're destroying, I'm sorry, it's more like we're destroying ourselves, and that's just counterproductive. And I feel like if we go down that route, we won't have a place to live anymore that's sustainable for us. And it's just stupid for me to like to hear that people don't care about the planet because at the end of the day, it's like you're destroying the one place that you're living in, and it's just like you're this is dumb. Um, I'm gonna wrap things up with one more question, and um, I'm gonna the one about the Catholic Church's response in Laudato Si. So this encyclical came out 2015. So as soon as I got out of high school, so it was very popular. Like through my freshman courses, through my theology courses. So I am familiar with it. The only thing I don't understand is because it talks about how there's a lack of clean water, loss of biodiversity, and an overall decline in human life and breakdown of society. And it's just like the only problem I have with the encyclical is that it came out too late. Like why didn't Pope Benedict XVI ever talk about it, or why didn't previous popes talk about it when it was a problem? But it's more about why are we letting things get to the threshold of it being a problem about us talking about it? Why don't we, like, as soon as we see a problem, why don't we attack it as soon as possible? Why are we letting it get to that much of a problem before we talk about it? And it's just very sad and disappointing. But I'm glad Pope Francis came out with that encyclical, because it feels like he's the first pope in a while that really just has just human dignity in mind and isn't very by the book in terms of Catholicism. So yeah, I just, at the end of this course, after practicing my ascetical practices, it really just opened my eyes about what I'm doing that could impact the earth in a bad way and a good way. So I definitely will be talking to my friends about being more environmentally friendly, about maybe switching up their lifestyle a little bit, because definitely has changed my life. And I hope that everyone in the class has had the same response. So I'm just going to close things out by saying thank you so much for having me in your class. I appreciate it. It's not like this class has definitely really helped me out. It's because it's been such a different class than what I'm used to, more of like a lecture-based class, because it's been a very helpful course and a very different course, and it really has changed the way I see things, and I'm glad, and thank you for that. So I'm gonna sign off, just say thank you. I will put the link of my video with KETV and the blue line thing. So thank you so much, and have a great day.